Certificate of origin. Certificate of origin serves as an evidence to show the actual country of origin of the goods. It is signed in the exporting country by the consul of the importing country or by the exporter or by the Chamber of Commerce on the basis of the required regulations. A certificate of origin is a document used in international trade. In a printed form or as an electronic document, it is completed by the exporter and certified by the recognized issuing body, attesting that the goods in a particular export shipment have been produced, manufactured, or proceeded in a particular country. A certification of origin is also called a Form A. Certification of origin. Certificate of origin. Certificate of origin is an instrument which establishes evidence on origin of goods imported into any country. These certificates are essential for exporters to prove where their goods come from and therefore stake their claim to whatever benefits goods of Indian origin may be eligible for in countries of export. There are two categories of certificate of origin. One is preferential and the other one is non-preferential. Let's look at preferential. Preferential scheme under which India is receiving traffic preferences for its exports are Generalized System of Preferences GSP, Global System of Trade Preferences GSTP, SART, Preferential Trading Agreement, Asia Pacific Trading Agreement, India-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement, Indo-Thailand Free Trade Agreement, India-Malaysia Comprehensive Economic Cooperative Agreement, India-Korea Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, India-Japan Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement. These preferential agreements prescribe rules of origin which have to be met for exports to be eligible for traffic preferences. Authorized agencies on charging a fee as prescribed by them provides service related to issues of certificate of origin, including details regarding rules of origin, list of them covered by an agreement. Export Inspection Council is agency authorized to print blank certificates. Generalized System of Preferences GSP. It is a non-contractual instrument by which industrialized countries unilaterally and based on non-reciprocity extend traffic concessions to developing countries. Presently, following countries extend traffic preferences under their GSP scheme: USA, New Zealand, Belarus, EU, Japan, Russia, Canada, Norway, Australia, Switzerland, Bulgaria. Normally, customs of GSP offering countries require information in Form A, duly filled by exporters of beneficiary countries and certified by the authorized agency. GSTP. Under GSTP, traffic concessions are exchanged among developing countries who have signed agreement. Presently, 46 countries are members of GSTP and India has exchanged traffic concessions and 12 countries on a limited number of products. Export Inspection Council EIC is a sole agency authorized to issue certificate of origin. GSTP SARS members namely India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives, offering traffic concessions among SARS countries. Asia Pacific Trade Agreement APTA offers liberalization of traffic and non-traffic barriers in order to expand trade in goods in Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. Presently, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, South Korea, India and China are exchanging traffic concessions under APTA. India-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement ISLFTA. This free trade agreement is between India and Sri Lanka, which offers traffic concessions by the government of both the countries. Export Inspection Council is a sole agency to issue certificate of origin under this agreement. India-Afghanistan Preferential Trade Agreement. This preferential trade agreement is between governments of India and Afghanistan. Export Inspection Council is the sole agency to issue certificate of origin under this agreement. India-Thailand Framework Agreement for Free Trade. India and Thailand have signed protocol to implement early harvest scheme under India-Thailand Free Trade Agreement, offering traffic preferences for import on items of early harvest scheme only to those products which satisfy rules of origin criteria notified by the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, (WIBE). Export Inspection Council is the sole agency to certify this protocol. India-Malaysia Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement (IMCECA). This Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement is between Government of India and Malaysia. Export Inspection Council is the sole agency to issue certificate of origin under this agreement with effect from 1st July 2011. India-Korea Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The Government of India and the Republic of Korea have signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement to liberalize and facilitate trade in goods and services and expand investment between the countries. Export Inspection Council is the sole agency to issue certificate of origin under the agreement. India-Japan Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (IJCEPA). The Government of India and the Government of Japan have signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (CEPA) to increase investment opportunities and strengthen protection for investments and investment activities between the countries. Export Inspection Council is the sole agency to issue certificate of origin under this agreement. Certificate of origin non-preferential for exports to Mexico under NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement. Following the implementations of NAFTA, the Government of Mexico introduced the obligatory certificate of origin rule, in terms of which the certificate of origin of Indian products to be exported to Mexico must be attested by the designated officials of the authorized EPCs, trade bodies, chambers of commerce, or the authorities so empowered. Non-preferential government have also nominated certain agencies to issue non-preferential certificates of origin in accordance with Article 2 of International Convention relating to simplification of customs formalities 1923. These certificate of origins evidence origin of goods and do not bestow any right to preferential traffic. Exporters desiring non-preferential certificate of origin may apply with following documents: 1. Details of quantum, origin of inputs, consumable used in export product. 2. Two copies of invoices. 3. Packing list in duplicate for concerned invoices. 4. Fee not exceeding ₹100 per certificate as per the described agency. The certificate would be issued as per format given in annexure to Appendix 4C to the Handbook of Procedures. It should be ensured that no correction or retype is made on the certificate. In case of tea exporters who are required to submit certificate of origin are to apply to Tea Board or any inspection agencies authorized by Tea Board and enlisted in Appendix 4C of the Handbook of the Procedures Volume 1, along with documents listed above. Procedures for issue of certificate of origin. Certificate of origin on regular basis. For obtaining certificate of origin, exporters are required to furnish a permanent indemnity bond on a stamp paper of ₹50 duly attested as per the format. The Director General, Federation of India Export Organizations, New Delhi. Dear Sir, certificate of origin individual shipments basis. Exporters wishing to obtain certificate of origin on specific individual shipment basis will be required to submit an indemnity bond on a stamp paper of ₹10 duly attested as per the format given.